Sex is an activity that takes the least amount of time but causes the most amount of trouble. So I started talking about loss of sexual interest in marriage, and I've been giving you pointer to what might actually be the reason why you suddenly find your husband unattractive sexually, or vice versa, why you suddenly find your wife unattractive. The worst part is when you go out, you could do it, you could have an erection, you could get wet so easily, but there's nothing this man could do to get you wet at home. Even if you get wet, you are not enjoying it, you are not sexually attracted, you just feel like, I beg, don't touch me, you know. And the same thing applicable to the man. You are feeling like, I don't want to have sex with this. Even when you try to have sex, you can't even get an erection. But this is the same woman that before, maybe first few months of marriage, first 1 year, first 2 years of marriage, you guys will make love anywhere, do it anywhere, so all over each other, can't wait to close from work. So what went wrong? On the last episode, I gave you 3 points. I will be starting with my number 4 point. My number 4 point is sex becomes boring. Now, you have been doing missionary style, 5 years of marriage, 10 years, same missionary style. Like, this is not even about eating the same food all the time. This is about eating eba all the time and eating it with probably ogbono for 5 years. I mean, you could eat your eba with vegetable. You stop eating your gari now, or eba, whatever you call it. You could eat it with vegetable, you could eat it with egusi, you could eat it with fisherman soup. Actually, that's my best soup. And so, but in your case, sex becomes boring. Same style, same way, lie down, come on top. You don't do more than that. How do you expect your sex life not to get boring? You need to make, like I said on the last episode, deliberate conscious effort. Make up your mind to go on destination lovemaking. Like, we are going to so place just to go and have sex. When sex becomes boring, you start losing interest. Protocol. Touch the breast, kiss. I mean, you don't even kiss. Anyway. So you touch the breast, you penetrate. You're going to lose sexual interest. Number 5 is what I call performance pressure. One of the major reasons why most men especially cannot sustain erection at home but could get it for hours outside is the fact that they are pressured. How am I doing? Am I doing it well? And like I said, erection is very egoistic. So every time this man wants to make love to you, he wants your approval. He wants a better scorecard. So because of that, he's under pressure to perform. When that happens, forget it. Erection disappears and he starts struggling. And it looks like the man just doesn't want to make love to you. No, it's not like he doesn't want to make love to you. It's just because he feels like, I'm not good at doing it at the end of the day. The same thing applicable to the women. Women feel like, after all, you know, so when a woman feels like everything she's doing is not working for you, she might lose attraction in sex. My number 6 point is what I call low self-esteem. This is very similar to my number 5 points. When a woman is looking at her boobs and feeling, oh, these breasts are sagging, this tummy is big, stretch mark everywhere, you need your self-esteem to be in the right place to be able to attract the opposite sex when it comes to love making. I'm going to give you a scenario of a couple briefly. I don't want to waste time on this. You see, they came for counseling and for sex therapy, and they've been married for 5 years, and they had, I think, a 4-year-old son. After 1 year of marriage, they had their son, and that was the last time they had sex. As soon as she put to bed, they stopped having sex. And they came to me 4 years later. Their son was 4 when they came. So for 4 years, they've not been having sex. You need to see them. Cute couple, fine man, fine woman, everything. And then The woman actually cannot even pinpoint what is wrong, and the man cannot really say. So, and most time when they come like that for counseling or for sex therapy, Nigerian men, when you ask them, I mean, it's my culture, you know, I will ask you, do you think you should be here? Most time the man will say, my wife said we have problem. My wife said we have problem. So I followed her. That's what they say 90% of time. In the course of talking to the wife, I found out that immediately the wife put to bed, the first time they will have sex, the guy said something, say, this place is not, you know, he just said, this place is not the way it used to be now. Your vagina is no longer the way it used to be. He just said it, and that was it. 4 years. So she could, every time they want to make love, she's thinking, my vagina is not good again. And in fact, she was almost falling into depression because she's now, I mean, this is a very stylish lady. So she started feeling bad about herself. I'm not good enough. I'm not beautiful again. My vagina is loose. So she was very turtleneck in the house. And the husband was wondering, what is going on? What is wrong? You know, they were battling. She didn't even know why. It was out of, you know, trying to, you know, during the therapy session, that when immediately she said something like that, I caught it that this is the trigger. And I was like, how does that make you feel? Oh, she said that my husband said this. And I was like, what? So how does that make you feel? She said, I just feel like maybe I've lost everything. I've lost my sexiness. And I just don't feel, and I knew that was it. So when I saw the husband alone, I told the man, did you ever say this to your wife when after she put to bed and you had sex? And the man was like, me? When? How? You can imagine. He couldn't even remember. But the woman was carrying the baggage everywhere. And when I told him, you said this, and it's a big issue for your wife, and he stood up and like, God, I'm sorry. I never knew, Dr. Tolu, I want to make love to my wife every minute, every second. She's sweet. She's this. She's like, but sorry. So sometimes when you lose your self-esteem, you don't want to have sex. My number 7 point is loss of sexiness, majorly for women. I mean, you don't care about the way you look anymore. You don't care if you're overweight. You don't care if you're... I mean, the fact that we are talking about, you should carry yourself, I mean, whatever happens, breast sagging, tummy getting bigger, it doesn't matter, carry yourself. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you shouldn't package. You need to package yourself, come on. Because we know that men are visual beings as women. So this man is seeing a lot, especially if he's the one that is out there. He goes out, sees ladies in miniskirts, macro mini for crying out loud, see ladies that will greet him in the morning and do like this, and all the boots will be outside, and then we come to the house and see a woman tying wrapper. What do you expect? You lose interest. My number 8 point is replacing romance with responsibility. Now, what do I mean by that? You see, no thanks to the current economy of the country we live in, unconsciously for couples, you become like business partners. So every time the man is coming home, he's thinking of the child in Canada that they need to pay the school fees. He's thinking of the house they need to buy, the car he need to buy for you. So when he's coming, erection is nowhere to be found. Because the two of you, by the time you sit down to talk, you don't even remember anything about romance or sex talk or intimacy with each other. It's about how do we pay that bill? How do we pay the school fees? Everything you talk about is about responsibility. So your bedroom becomes a boardroom. All right, so those are my few points on possible reasons why you are losing sexual interest in your marriage. I just hope you find them helpful. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms and follow the fixer at Intimate Talk with Tolu. Thank you and goodbye.